Hello everyone. I wanted to do this small video to show you the few improvements that we've made on the ACE system. So for this, I'm going to take an example. The improvements, some of the improvements have been done in Longline. So I'm going to create a new ACE for Longline, let's say for FSM and for 2025. So it will be the Longline fleet for FSM. So the main screen for the ACES hasn't changed, but you will only notice that there's a new tab here, which is called tab number 9, Other Area, and I'll come to that. The other tabs are similar. The national fleet has got an improvement, and when you get the data, you can click here to get the list of your national fleet vessels. And in the past, this list was built using VMS. And for some of you that had vessels without VMS, the vessels wouldn't appear in this list, which would be a problem. So now we've modified the way we make this list, and it now uses a combination of VMS and logsheet. So if your vessels have VMS, they will be listed here, but if they haven't VMS, they would be listed if we've got a logsheet about this vessel. So this is one of the improvements. The missing logsheet is still exactly the same, so you just always click on Get Data to get the list of missing logsheets. So as you can see, there's not so many here. Vessel composition is the same, so it gets you the vessel numbers by vessel categories of size. Logsheet, same thing. Observer as well. So you always click on Get Data. I'm not going in details on this. There's other videos on that to explain in details. Summaries is the same. I get the data. I'm going back to logsheet to see if it has finished running the query. Okay, maybe just pressing now will update. That's it. So we've got now the logsheet, which is okay. The calculation methods, they are the same as well. Again, the main calculation method that you would want to choose for retained catch is method number 3 based on logsheet. When for the discards, it's probably better to use method number 2 unless you've got numbers in method number 3. But it's not the purpose of this video. The catch estimates is the last tab, where you usually in the previous year you just need to click on validate for review, and that sends us an email so that we can review your ACES. Now you can see that there's another tab, and before going to this other tab, you want to save your ACES. This is essential to save because this tab is going to make use of your annual catch estimates. So it is this essential that you save your ACES before going to the other area. So now let's go and view this other screen. So for these other areas, you will only have to fill in these grids here. If your fleets are fishing in other areas such as EPO, for example, or if your fleet is fishing at the same time in the north or in the south. I have to say that most of you will not have to fill anything here because most of you just fish in the WCPFC and probably either north or south, but not both. So in this case, you won't have to fill in anything here because these other areas will automatically be assigned from your annual catch estimate, your full annual catch estimate, and that's it. But for some of you, like FSM, for example, which are fishing probably in north and south at the same time, you will definitely have to fill in some data. So the first tab of this other area section will give you some information here on each of the subsequent tabs. So give you some information on the north-south of the WCPFC, on the north-south of the Pacific, or on the WCPO. Essential information here that you should read. So you see that you've got all these tabs here, and let's go straight to the last one. This is just a map to show you the various areas. So EPO area, WCPO in green, and WCPFC area in red. with the equator here, so whether you're north of the Pacific or south of the Pacific. So just to give you an idea of these areas. So the first one that you will need to take care is the north and south of the WCPFC. So again, if your national fleet is fishing in the north and in the south of the Pacific, the system will detect it, and it will tell you that catches have been detected in north and south of the WCPFC. For most of you, you will not get this green message, but you will get a message saying that the system hasn't detected catch in both of the hemisphere, and so you won't have to fill in anything here. But for FSM, catch have been detected in both hemispheres. So the thing to do here for FSM will be to click on Get Data, and the system will automatically calculate from logbook data your annual catch estimate for the north of the WCPFC area and the south of the WCPFC area. So only for the species that have been detected in logsheet data. And these results have been raised to the full annual catch estimates. So these are raised results for the north of the WCPFC area and raised results for the south of WCPFC area. So this is all you have to do here for the north and south WCPFC. I might go to the WCPO next, which is following the same kind of method, let's say. So here we can see that the system has detected that your national fleet has fished in the overlap area. The overlap area is this small area here, which is east of 150 west. So the system here has detected that some catch happened in this area. So if it's the case, you will have to indicate the catches for the WCPO, which are automatically calculated by the system from the logbook data and raised to the annual catch estimates. And this is what it gives you, raised estimates for the WCPO area. So just to note that WCPO and north and south of WCPFC area are raised estimates that are calculated. This is a little bit different for the North and South Pacific. So the system is trying to detect whether your national fleet has been fishing in the EPO area. So if your system has been fishing in this area here, you will have to provide your annual catch estimate for the North and South Pacific Ocean. So what we do here, we just query the logbook data, and it will give you the estimates for the North and South Pacific Ocean. But here it's not raised data because we can't raise the data using your annual catch estimate for the WCPFC, because these calculations go beyond the WCPFC. So if we look at the map, you see that potentially there was catch in the north, but including EPO and WCPO, so beyond the WCPFC area. So we can't raise the data. And same for the south. I mean, there could be some catch happening here outside of the WCPFC area. That's why we can't raise the data to the full annual catch estimate. So the only thing we can do here is to calculate what we have in the database for the logbook data, the catch that has been recorded by the logbook data for both of these areas. So you have to be aware that these catches are unraised catches for North and South Pacific Ocean. So you might want, if you've got more indication on some further catch that was made, maybe by mixing log sheets. If your log sheets are 100%, that's not a problem because that represents your full annual catch estimate. But if your log sheet are not 100% coverage, it's just that these numbers are partial catch. So that's an important point that you have to know. Yeah. And this is for the North Pacific, and this is for the South Pacific. Okay. So once you've completed all these tabs, the North and South WCPFC, North and South Pacific, and WCPO, you're done with the calculation of the other areas. From there, what you have to do is to go back to the catch estimates, press save to save what you've done, And what you have to do is to click on validate for review so that you are sending us an email asking us to review your estimates. So I'll do this. Are you sure you want to send the report to review? Yes. And so you will have to wait for us to review your annual catch estimates. But for the moment, you're done. One small last improvement that we've made is concerning the missing log sheets. You remember how in the past you might have had some missing log sheets listed here for which in fact were concerning vessels who hadn't fished. So it could be that this one, for example, from this date to this return date, you knew that the vessel hadn't fished. So it was a non-fishing period. So what we've done, we've improved the VMS trips to make use of non-fishing period. And so some other colleagues might go through this, but you can now define for some vessels some non-fishing period, which means that if this trip was defined as non-fishing in the VMS screen, it wouldn't appear anymore in the missing log sheet because you would have defined for this specific vessel for the specific trip, you would have defined the period as non-fishing. So this is a nice improvement because now you don't have to chase missing log sheets where fishing hasn't occurred, basically. So this is a small improvement we've made, but quite a nice improvement in the end.